Manchester United will face Fenerbahce this Thursday in the third round of the Europa League. And in this video we will try to predict the team's starting 11 as well as discuss the players who won't participate due to injuries. This will be an interesting match as we face figures who were once part of Manchester United: Jose Mourinho, Fred and Amrabat. Manchester United is currently in the 21st place on the table with 2 points, having scored 4 and conceded 4. Both points were earned through draws against Twente and Porto, so United's start in this European competition has been very poor. Without a doubt, Manchester United is obligated to perform well in the next match if they want to be considered as contenders to win the competition. Ten Hag's team has had a very poor start to the season with negative or mediocre results. However, after the international break, United secured their first win in 5 games, coming from behind to win 2-1 against Brentford. In that match, the players gave their all to turn the game around, despite being outplayed collectively and tactically. It's evident that the players are trying to get good results despite the shortcomings of the coach. This could lead to an entertaining match for casual viewers. Now, let's review the list of injured players, but it's important to note that much of the information available is often inaccurate, as we saw in the preview video against Brentford, where we mentioned that some players wouldn't be available, yet they played a few minutes. Lenny Yoro recently returned to training, but we believe he won't be available to be part of the team in this match. Tyrell Malacia is still recovering from his knee injury, and there is no return date set. Luke Shaw is also recovering from an injury, with no tentative return date. Mason Mount, another player with no return date set. Harry Maguire is still recovering from his injury and is expected to be available by mid-November. Kobbie Mainoo has a thigh injury and is expected to return by the end of November. Casemiro picked up a calf injury in the last match, and while little is known about the extent of the injury, it's possible he could be available for this game. This was the list of 7 players who are injured and may not participate in the match against Fenerbahce. But it's important to remember that media information is not always accurate, so it's possible that some of the players mentioned might get minutes on the field. That said, it's incredible that the club's key figures didn't think it necessary to reinforce the left-back position, as Shaw and Malacia have been mostly unavailable this season. Malacia didn't even feature at all last season, and he hasn't played this season either. Shaw also has a poor injury record and he missed many games last season due to injuries. Now let's talk about the possible starting 11 for the match against Fenerbahce. Ten Hag has been using a 4-3-3 formation for his lineups, and we don't expect this to change for this game. Onana will take charge of the Manchester United goal, as he is one of the most informed players on the team and has been doing a good job. Mazraoui will play as the right back. He had some minutes in the game against Brentford, so it's very likely he will start in this position. De Ligt will take the right centre back spot. Although he had a head injury in the previous game, we believe it won't prevent him from starting this one, and he will likely play with some head protection. Martinez will be the left centre back. Martinez played a good role as a left back against Brentford, and it's possible that for this match he will return to his natural position. Dalot will take the left back spot. Now that Mazraoui is back, we believe Dalot will return to the position he occupied for many games due to the lack of players in this position. The defensive midfield position is one that raises big questions, as Casemiro was injured in the match against Brentford and was replaced by Ugarte, who was also returning from injury. We are leaning towards Casemiro, but it depends on his availability. Ugarte will also be a part of this midfield. Although Ten Hag looks for players with different qualities for this position, he will likely be forced to play Ugarte here, as due to injuries, he fits the profile of player the coach is looking for. Eriksen will be the most advanced midfielder in this setup. Fernandes is out of this game due to suspension after receiving a red card in the match against Porto, so Eriksen will have to step in for him. The midfield is where we have the most doubts, since we don't know the extent of Casemiro's injury. The three players mentioned could rotate in midfield, with Ugarte playing deeper and Casemiro further forward. If Casemiro is unavailable, we think there's a possibility the midfield could consist of Ugarte, Eriksen and Zirkzee. Zirkzee is a player with good team play and offensive vision, so it would be interesting to see him fill Fernandes' role. Rashford will start as the right winger. He had a very good game against Brentford in that position, creating dangerous chances and assisting Garnacho's goal, which is why we believe he will occupy this position again. Garnacho will play again as the left winger. Garnacho was one of United's most important players in the win against Brentford, creating many dangerous chances and scoring a great goal. We believe and hope that Ten Hag will place him in this position again, as he is a very promising player. To close out the predicted starting 11, we believe Højlund will be chosen to play as the center forward. Højlund played well against Brentford and scored a goal, so we anticipate he will start this time. Zirkzee had good collective involvement in the games where Højlund was absent, but he didn't score, and this is something United desperately needs right now. This is the predicted starting 11 for the match against Fenerbahce. What do you think of this lineup? What changes do you think the coach will make or should make? Leave your opinions in the comments. The truth is, it's very difficult to predict the outcome of Manchester United's matches from an objective point of view. We can expect it to be a tough game for United, as all their matches are, especially against Fenerbahce, as Mourinho is a top quality coach, one of the most important and controversial figures in football history. It's very likely that United will be outplayed collectively and tactically, as almost every team has been superior to them in these areas. We'll have to see if United's players' quality is enough this time to achieve a positive result. What do you think? What do you believe will be the result of the battle between Ten Hag and Mourinho?